Hey, what's up, guys? RC Madman. Hey, testing the Revo Nano with the V9 GPS on my um, Aimdroix Evo 1. And I have the Avroto 770 kV motors on here, 12 by 4.5 props, running 4S 6600 milliamp pack. It's a pulse. Got a number of flights on these pulse packs. I've been using them for a little while. I really like them, but yeah, I think it's starting to puff a little bit, losing a little bit of juice. I am going to do a little bit of endurance test just to see how long flight time I can get with these packs with this setup. I'm all up weight is 2145 grams, so it's getting up there on the weight compared to my F550. It's still relatively light, I guess, for the size of this frame. It's 650 millimeter, excuse me, 615 millimeter frame. It has a anti-vibration or dampening platform up front for a camera and/or gimbal mount. I haven't yet done that. I do put my SJ Cam 4000 on there to do some aerial video every now and then. But anyway, I'm just going to do a test of the position hold. It's basically it's GPS assisted mode in Ratitude. So I'm just going to let it sit there and hover and burn up the battery pack. We'll see how good it holds position. it's not a big deal. I guess if you were doing some video though, that wouldn't show up too nicely. It's doing a little bit of climbing on its own too, and then of course a little descent. But for the most part, it's holding pretty good. Nice steady. There's little to no wind today. Yeah, it just did that by itself again.
I think you're forgetting something.
Now my Tyrannus is going to yell at me for however long it takes until the battery pack runs out.
I think you're forgetting
Again,
something.
no sticks,
I think you're forgetting something.
holding nice and level.
I think you're forgetting something. 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 I think you're forgetting something.
And when I land, I'm going to put it in attitude mode
I think you're forgetting something.
and just drop it down, land it.
Something. I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something.
We're at coming up on 15 minutes.
I think you're forgetting something. 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 I think you're forgetting something.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't like when it does that when it's close to the house. It
I think you're forgetting something.
makes for a bad situation. Don't want to crash.
I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something.
You gotta stay on your toes.
I think you're forgetting something.
Unfortunately.
I think you're forgetting something.
I think I might have to adjust my timer. 13 minutes is not really practical unless I was really flying it hard.
I think you're forgetting something. 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 I think you're forgetting something.
Just banks a little bit.
I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something.
Stay still.
I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting
Getting close to the end of the pack here.
I think you're
We're
forgetting
at,
something.
let's see,
I think you're
16,
forgetting
17 minutes. There goes the
I
beep.
think you're forgetting something.
Getting close to the end of the pack.
I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something. Attitude.
Alright, now I'm in attitude mode. We're at the end of the pack here.
I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something. I think you're forgetting something.
Alright, we got,
I think you're forgetting something.
let's see,
I think you're forgetting something.
17 minutes and 25 seconds. Now,
I think you're forgetting something.
I'm going to shut off my Tyrannus because it's awfully loud. So 17 minutes, 25 seconds with the 12.5, or excuse me, 4.5 props. I was able to get about equal flight time with the 10.55 props, right around 17.5 minutes, and with the 10.55 props, I also gained almost, let's see, about 8 miles an hour of speed. I'm guessing, I think the 10 the 10.55 props are probably my better option. I like to fly a little bit faster. These are, I think, according to eCalc, the top speed is right around 32 miles an hour, or somewhere around there. With the 10.55 props, I think we're at 41, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that. With my 10.63 HQ carbon nylon props, at 47 miles an hour. I'm getting about 16 minutes with those props. So, even though I know everybody says larger props, you get more flight time, I'm not seeing it with the difference between these and the 10.55s. Now, granted, they're not 10.45s, but the 10.45s would put me at about 28 miles an hour, and probably a little bit less on the flight time. So, are these the most efficient? Maybe by a few seconds. Again, like I said, I think the 10.55s are a better option for this particular setup, the way I like, as far as speed and controllability and stuff like that. The 10s are a little bit better. They also leave the motors and the ESCs a little less warm. Not that these are hot by any means. The ESCs in here are lukewarm. The motors were lukewarm. Let me check them all. Yeah, none of them have any kind of real heat to them. And these are the, shoot, I always forget, is it ZWT or ZTW? 30 amp Spider ESCs with the Simon K firmware, one-shot firmware enabled active braking. Really like the active braking where, you know, when you're landing or if you get into trouble, you know, up against an obstacle and you need to cut the throttle, you know, you cut the throttle, it's immediate, as opposed to, you know, destroying all your props or damaging whatever the object you might have bumped into. Braking really comes in handy. You know, I know you guys that fly FPV with the little racers and stuff like that. You know, I'm sure that would save some props, you know, when you get into trees and stuff like that, if you're, you know, quick enough to cut the throttle. So, but anyway, there you have it, guys. This is the Aimdroix Evo 1 615 millimeter frame, Avroto 770 kV motors, the open pilot Revo Nano with the V9 GPS. I have the FreeSky X8R receiver in there running S-Bus, and a Pulse 6600 milliamp 4S LiPo. I just got 17 minutes and 25 seconds of flight time hover. So anyway, there you have it, guys. I'll post this up here on RC groups real quick.